And may I select a bit praise to whom all praise are due is.
All right. We on. Madam President, you have the floor.
Okay, greetings and blessings to each and everyone on this wonderful Sunday evening. An evening whereby we are a little bit late or a little bit early, depends on which clock we are looking at, because now they have officially turned back the clock, or sorry, brought the clock forward, which is even a little more confusing. So now in some places it's 6:37 for those who have not yet adjusted their manual clocks, but for those of us with our cell phones, it's 1 hour ahead. It's 7:37. You know, this confusion is going to stop somewhere in Netherlands because they said they're going to be the last time that they're turning the clock back or forward. They're just going to leave the clock wherever it's set. And I believe that is something that, you know, we can consider. Seeing that this back and forth thing, we lose our sleep. You know, I only get an hour and a half sleep this from morning to the day, which I hung out last night, not to work, so that in between our sleep did not do me so well. But all the same, we are here in a place where it goes back, it goes forward. We are approaching springtime, so the darkness seems to be coming a little later than usual, and the morning it is brighter at 6 o'clock. So we are back to kind of what we say normal, and the winter is slowly going away. We're in March, we're going to kick the winter away, but we yet have a few more weeks, depending on what the groundhog says or what the Almighty God says, not the groundhog. But all the same, it's Sunday, and it's say the Sundays, your Sundays, Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, Local 26, Woman Auxiliary Sunday Show with your host, Sadie Gomez, and our co-host, our engineer, the brainchild for the show, Charlie's here with us. He functions in many different arenas, but on Sundays, it's just simply Charlie. And we have our long-standing guest with us. He's almost like, part of the home away from home, Peter Shite. Our musical director in the musical unit of Local 26, which is doing very, very good. And we often collaborate. So we thank our guests for coming on, and for, of course, our million viewers who are out there looking on in the show. We thank you so very much on this Sunday evening for coming over, sitting with us, stopping with us in the studio. And we want to give a really big shout out to my sister Donna Gomez and to Miss Laura Gomez, Roseanne Mitchell, Sister Khadijah, Rebecca. Some of the guests that normally comes on, but at times, they're super busy. And I haven't seen some people for a while, but all the same, it's back. So for those who are here with us, what we want to do today, or what we always do, what we do here, we like to take things from under the rug. We do have a rug, of course, where things are swept under the rug normally, and we take it out from under the rug, we examine it, and sometimes we put it back. Well, most times we put it back, because it's really none of our business. None of our beeswax, so we simply sweep it right back under, depending on what it is. So, often topics we want to know what we're going to talk about, but we are so lucky with information and material that Friday evening things can just drop in our lap, and we know that's our conversation. Speaking of dropping in the lap, we want to talk about the fact that we are in a country at the moment and we are at war. Now, taken very lightly, since nothing is falling out of the sky as yet, we would probably assume that, it's just one of those times whereby you hear something that It's a bit disturbing. But apart from the fact that this information is real, bombs are dropping in other people's countries, and strategies are being made, and a few layouts are being done. Nothing seemingly has happened as yet on the soil, but for a period where you understand war and what it does. Hold on, Mr. Lennox. For a period of time where you understand war and what it does. Mr. Lennox, in noise. 1 minute, please. Give me 1 minute, please. Yeah, just trying to get a little minute here of quietness for the phone, and then I will be right there with you all. So I'm just getting a little disturbance. So I'm begging for 1 minute of quietness, and then we would proceed. So war is in fact very ugly, and war is something that maybe it's planned, but it often seems to just appear on us in a period like that. We are now faced with the fact that we are indeed at war, whether we like it or not. We are having war in a country like Iran, whereby well, yeah. So just give me 1 minute, Mr. Lennox, please. The bag, just 1 minute, please. Yes. So I'm just trying to get a minute to quiet because with one little noise, it sounds like a big sort of noise on the radio. So we are at war with a country, Iran, which is really a very ancient country and a country that from biblical time knows about disturbance, they knows about wars, and they are very well prepared. And also we wonder, why are we really at war? Is it oil? Is it gas? Is it Bitcoin? What is it really? But as you follow the show and we put the pieces of the puzzle together, we know that there are oftentimes ulterior motives for various situations that we are faced with. What I would like to go back to saying to my wonderful studio audience who have great knowledge of things as well, let us first examine the fact that Iran is in fact Persia in ancient time. We have gone back to a time whereby we have to understand, overstand, and understand what is really happening. Nothing is happening is really in its authentic state. Everything has a roundabout motion of going by at this period. So we are looking at Iran, but I want you to keep in your memory and in your calculation the fact that Iran is Persia. What happened in Persia in the ancient time? We should ask ourselves. But as we are following script, I said to you there are 7 strategic points of the earth. If the person that controls these various points are the most important real estate at this moment. Venezuela being one, Iran being one. There's stargates and portals to be open, and they're important pieces of real estate upon this earth. I am just telling you the Caribbean, we didn't get left out, but Barbados is sitting on a very important point as well. So we have arrived at a time where it's not about oil and gas and bombs. No. Different story. New time. We have to observe the fact that there's an incident about to arrive upon this earth. So all of these things are leading up to the very incident which one must talk about. And President Trump is the one who was given the responsibility of letting us know that we are not alone. And however, these various incidents that seems to be happening, and I would like to say more and tell you all that Antarctica is not as cool as it should be, and I just want to say everything now, but they might just shut us up. So we are going to just read between the lines and understand the fact that we are in a different time. We have entered into a new dimension. So what you see is not what you get, or maybe what you see is what you get. It's happening whereby strange things are happening. That used to be a song, but this is real. Strange things are happening. And if you cannot relate to the strange things that are happening, one can almost think that they're going crazy of some sorts. But I want my wonderful studio audience and my audience, in-house audience, to have an understanding of what is really going down, what's really going on, or possibly off within the realms. We are seeing somehow eccentric leadership whereby anything can happen any day. But oftentimes, ones that are in position on this side of the world are chosen and selected for a given agenda, which they must fulfill. And then, of course, we will have to expire them, of course, and write them off for just collateral damage. These things don't happen. So we are seeing this sort of events. So we are looking at the war and wondering how much or how far. Now, we were promised that it's going to be about 4 to 6 weeks, but from the looks of things, it's going to be much longer. We can possibly see if we should think straight that summer things could be dropping out of the sky. But you only hear it here first for the first time, and then you go home and you pray, and you watch and you pray. Are we in a safe place or safe situation? War is never safe. Anything can happen at any time. How do you prepare yourself for such a time? What do you do, and how do you know, conduct your affairs? So here we are on our topic today. We want to talk about the fact that we are at war, and what do we do in a period like this. So I'd like for my first guest to come on and share a little part of what is going on concerning the war. So my first guest, would you like to come on and tell me a little bit of how you feel concerning the war?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you now.
But I don't. Hold on. Okay, I'm.
We're not hearing you. Did the aliens go with you? We're not hearing you. Charlie, can you hear Shiloh?
No, he have his mic off on his phone.
Yeah. Shiloh, can you please put on your mic on your phone? It's off. We're going to get our musical person back on. His mic is off. So then we can hear him loud and clear. Shiloh, you got the floor. No, your mic is off. I don't know. These people with these fancy iPhones, I don't know. But we're not hearing Shiloh coming through. No. We would like for your million viewers to hear you on your point of view. So Shiloh, check your mic and see. Okay, so we got Charlie coming with a point of view. Charlie, we're at war, and we would like to know your views on what's happening. How do we conduct our affairs? And then we'll bring Peter Shiloh back on when he can, we can hear him more clearly.
Well, right now the world is in shock because this quote unquote preemptive strike has apparently backfired. And things that they thought was going to happen has not happened. Somehow or another, they thought that Iran and Tehran was going to go run hide in the corner. But the total opposite has happened. they have responded, and with these new missiles that they got that broke through the Iron Shield, the Iron Dome. Everybody talks about the Iron Dome. Israel's protected. The United States is protected because of the Iron Dome. That Iron Dome didn't mean a damn thing to Iran. He couldn't do anything. Right now, there's parts of Israel that look like Gaza.
Oh, yes.
In fact, I got some video I can show if you want me to show it.
Oh, definitely. That's why, I had said earlier on to tell you our topics. I'm glad that you have the graphic. Charlie, our engineer, is always on point. So we would like to enjoy a few items and then we can get back into conversation. So we would like to. So as we say, war is very ugly, but war often have its reasons. And in this special case, it certainly backfired because there was no expectation of a country like Iran, which for whatever reason, America thought was simple. But Iran is a country that has been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's way older than America is from since the days of the Bible. That's Persia. So we know that when coming to war, they know about war because they have been around. So let's see some of the footage of what has transpired while we were in our bed sleeping because these things happen sometime early in the morning. So we give thanks to Charlie.
As Iranian-aligned forces step up attacks on the United States and Israel. A powerful militia network known as the Islamic Resistance in Iraq has released dramatic footage claiming to show a cruise missile strike on what it calls a foreign American occupation base. The video captures the moment missiles roar into the night sky, leaving blazing trails as they surge toward their target. The footage shows the weapons tearing through the darkness before disappearing toward the horizon, signaling yet another attack against American military positions in the region. The group says the strike targeted a U.S. base, but it has not revealed exactly which installation was hit. So far, the United States has not issued any official confirmation or response regarding the claimed attack. The development comes as the conflict between Iran and the United States intensifies dramatically, with Tehran launching waves of missile and drone strikes against American facilities and interests across the region. But this war is no longer limited to direct strikes between states.
Creators, take these 3 apps I built to run my business made with Base 44. Ready for you as free-to-use templates.
It is rapidly transforming into a multi-front confrontation fueled by Iran's network of allied militias, often described as the axis of resistance. The Islamic resistance in Iraq is one of the most active groups in that network. Operating inside Iraq, the coalition of armed factions has repeatedly vowed to target U.S. military forces stationed in the region.
I think we had no idea that they would prepare like this.
And now, with cruise missiles flying toward American bases, those threats appear to be turning into reality. The escalation comes amid a broader wave of attacks by Iranian-aligned forces across the Middle East. In the north, the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah is already engaged in intense clashes with Israel, launching rockets and drones across the border and targeting Israeli military positions.
They've joined Iran now.
Meanwhile, in the Red Sea and beyond, Yemen's powerful rebel movement, the Houthis, has issued stark warnings that it is prepared to join the fight if the conflict continues to expand. The Houthis have previously demonstrated their ability to launch long-range missiles and drones, striking targets hundreds, even thousands of kilometers away. Analysts say that if all of Iran's allied groups become fully involved, the conflict could transform into a region-wide war, stretching from the Mediterranean Sea to the Arabian Gulf.
Well, who would think
The
that
strike claimed by
it would
the
have
Islamic
gotten there?
resistance in Iraq
Charlie?
adds another
It's bombs going
volatile
off in
front
Tel Aviv.
to this rapidly widening confrontation. American military installations across the Middle East, from Iraq to the Gulf, could now face increasing pressure from multiple directions. For years, U.S. forces have maintained bases in Iraq as part of operations against extremist groups and to support regional security missions. But those bases are now becoming focal points in a much larger geopolitical struggle between Iran and the United States. And the message from Iranian-aligned militias appears unmistakable. If Iran is attacked, the fight will not remain confined to one battlefield. Instead, it could erupt across the entire region through a network of proxy forces ready to strike American interests wherever they can reach. For now, Washington has not commented on the cruise missile footage released by the Iraqi militia. But the images themselves, missiles blasting into the sky and streaking toward an unseen target, serve as a stark reminder of how quickly the war is expanding. And as tensions surge across multiple fronts, the risk of an even wider regional conflict continues to grow. Adding to the claims, the Iraqi resistance group has also previously stated that it destroyed U.S. weaponry during earlier operations against American forces.
In a stunning escalation, the Islamic resistance in Iraq claims it has shot down a U.S. drone in Iraqi airspace. The target? A powerful American surveillance and strike platform, the MQ-9 Reaper. The drone was reportedly brought down over Salah al-Din province, sending a clear signal that Iraq's resistance factions are now stepping directly into the widening war. And that was just the beginning.
So it looks like they're just getting started with this. And they have surprised everybody. The whole world is talking about what Iran has done to Israel and to the United States military bases. They've cut off the communication. They don't even have a way to stop the missiles from coming in now.
So the militias are having a field day.
A field day. And there's nothing that they can do about it.
Nothing they can do about it. In a matter of fact, when you interfere with the ants' nest, I think that's what happens, right?
Listen, that's exactly what happened. And everybody has something to say, and everybody that's got a military looking like they want to be involved. And so it looks like we are seeing the preliminary process of World War III.
Okay, that's where we're getting.
There's at least 10, 12 countries involved.
Yes.
Now here's the thing. If it's 12 countries, the United States and Israel is the only two on their side. All the other ones are against the United States and Israel with this preemptive strike. And nobody feels sorry for Israel. They showing videos to my, oh, how horrible it is. Look at what they've done. They've Nobody feel bad because now everybody's saying, well, that's karma. Look what y'all did in Gaza. You want us to feel bad now because y'all are reaping what you sowed? No. Absolutely not.
And you know the thing about it is, and I didn't want to drop it too soon, but what has happened to them or what's happening now is a case where they are going to be, just what they wanted to do to the Palestinian people. It's going to happen to them. So be careful of what you're planning for people because it can fall right to you. You know, when you dig in a hole So this is what they were trying to do, push the Palestinian people out of the earth, perhaps. And look what's going to happen to them.
Right. Right.
Or rather, look what's happening.
There is no way, you cannot convince me at all that Benjamin Netanyahu, when they decided to go ahead and do this preemptive strike, would think that 48 hours later, Israel would look the way that it do.
Flattened.
They thought they were going to go on about the happy yarmulke way, and everything was hunky dory, and everything was going to keep on going on. This is just going to be another little small Middle Eastern country that they went in and bombed and put people in place that they want to put in place for whatever reason they wanted to do it. But Tehran, they was waiting.
Yeah, they were waiting.
It's
been a long time coming.
A long time. In fact, it wasn't the prime minister, but one of the other top officials was on one of the television programs, and the reporter asked him about, the involvement of America of getting more stronger and more involved. And you know what he said?
Yes. You think we're going to sit down quietly and let all of this take place?
Let them come.
Let them come.
Please, let them come. They're ready. They want the U.S. to come down there. They want the U.S. to come put boots on the ground.
Yeah, because think about it. Boots on the ground. These men are waiting with karate, taekwondo, all sort of martial arts, knife to slit your throat. I mean, they are so much ready for battle because it's an ancient country that have every form of warfare and weaponry. So it's almost like you make a mistake and mess with me, come on down.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know why the West never learned their lesson, because you think about all that time we spent in Afghanistan
and Iraq,
and they was beating us with IEDs, improvised explosive devices. They was beating us with nails. You probably blow like we had all of this expensive equipment, and they was beating us with homemade weapons.
Because they had a different art of warfare than we did, because they had jungle warfare in Afghanistan, which part you go into the jungle and the American army never came back out. It was that kind of, fight. And they won because, as much as we like to think, who's powerful, it is showing right now who has the power, and it's frightening.
Who really got the power?
And you know who they're friends with, right?
And you're right. It is frightening.
Those Chinese.
It's frightening what we see.
Indeed.
It's surprising, and you can't help but, I don't know. I don't want to use the word happy and or encouraged, but it feels good to see Israel get it back after what they've done.
Very well so, because it come like, for how long could you continue doing an advantaging and being the bully, and no one is going to stand up at no time at all? Sometimes the table have to change. It's my turn now. It's your turn last week.
Listen, Iran said we are not Palestine. Okay, you have not confiscated our guns. You have not confiscated our weapons, and now we don't have nothing to fight back with. We are not Palestine. So they wanted to let them know. And you got to think about this. Palestine fought the Israeli army for years with rocks, throwing rocks.
Yes. I remember those days. My gosh,
that was their weapons. One day I Googled the war with Israel and Palestine, and I saw this great Israeli army, and then I saw these Palestinian kids with rocks, with slingshots, throwing them at the army. And I said to myself, hey, this must be wrong. This must be wrong, because it looked like Palestine. Where's the Palestinian army? So I changed it. So instead of saying Israel versus Palestine, I said Palestine versus Israel. See if I can get pictures of the Palestinian army, and the same pictures came back. The
I
Israeli
know.
army with Palestine kids throwing rocks at the army.
And you know, there was a time when it first started, Israel had a little bit of integrity. But then about a year later, they started killing those kids. They were shooting down the kids like crazy, So it was like, whoa,
Right. So
yeah.
there is no integrity. There's no integrity.
No,
They get no
that was
pass.
not
They
pretty
get no
clear.
benefit.
Lively,
No, they get
lively,
none of
better.
that. Only
Yeah,
because of their past behavior. They get none of that because of their past behavior.
right. That's exactly.
They get no sympathy, no empathy, no nothing. Because they act like savages, and so now they want somebody to feel sorry for them because they're reaping what they sow. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Hi. But it's not possible because now the world has looked on and we saw the Palestinians being pushed into the sea. And that was a painful look, especially when we saw the yellow soup that they were being given. And it seemed
Right,
that was their one meal. So now the stories change. Who's going to say what?
right. Because they've
But
cut off
also,
they've cut off their oil, they've cut off the water. They've cut off the water in Israel. Now,
uh-huh. Yeah. So what I was thinking about as well, they were saying also, I don't know if this is true, that the Ayatollah that they supposedly kill over there, he's not dead. You heard that?
yeah, I did hear that, but they are reporting that they picked a new Ayatollah. So it suggests to me that probably he may be dead if they picked another one and they're presenting somebody else as the new Ayatollah now.
Okay, because I heard that, but I was kind of wondering about that as well. But you know, I believe because since they pick a new one, it means it's either they remove the puppet and he's sitting daintily in some room, or they have picked a new one. But just to drop off the wall for a second, there's something I saw on TikTok that was quite humorous, but the things that make you go, hmm. They were saying that, in this sort of in this dispensation, this realm, things are real different now, and people are showing up as other people. So they said something like Hitler came back and he became Walt Disney. Now that had me laughing. I find that it was funny. I am seeing Walt Disney in that great clothes, and I am thinking that have to be true, you know. And then they said Donald Trump is Elvis Presley. So I kind of listen to that one a little bit, and then they said another one, but you see the Hitler and the Walt Disney, I believe that one as true as day.
Well,
That one was
well, listen, the thing with Walt Disney. Walt Disney is caught up in the Epstein files,
well, of course,
and they're saying
of
that
course.
Disneyland was a conduit for the kidnapped kids.
Yes, yes, yes.
That kind of stuff is in the Epstein files. So you think to yourself like, what a plot, what a ploy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's so sad. And I was walking down the street earlier today, and I walked past the pizza shop, and then I walked past the another store, and they got these flyers in the window
Uh-huh.
where they're having this model search where they're looking for new up and coming models to be a part of whatever. And it raised
Uh-huh.
the flag because I happen to know that that's how that they were getting those girls over there on Epstein Island with these promises of becoming top models. And so when I
Yes.
see that, it makes me think that, well, how many of these model agencies are engaged in sex trafficking?
Yeah.
Where they're bringing in these unaware young ladies and then causing them to uh, do sex work for them.
Yep. And then also, as you speak about that, to think of various pizza shops were also involved as well. So those were some of the hidden areas too.
Right,
That's why they had named the Pizza Gate. Hillary Clinton and they had some secret pizza shop meetings, and there was an exchange there with the girls because seeing a grown man in a pizza shop with two little girls which would look like his daughters.
right. So from what I understand, that pizza was the code word for the kids underage, right?
Yes, yes, it was. It was.
Right. So when they say they were having pizza, that was code for they were going to be sexually abusing the children.
Yes. And of course, some things that you said Disney World, some things would definitely, link up as far as how did it go so far undetected. Because think of where children would go to and play, so I could just see, a McDonald's play center and all of a sudden a child disappear. Because you found that when children disappear, they were they were found later at the island. So, whoever was responsible for the disappearance of children, they would stake out in places where children would be. I mean, think of the years gone by because this thing was what, not 20 years old?
Right.
Because when you saw Donald Trump in the picture, he looked like a young boy, 35 years old.
Right.
Now he's nearly 80, isn't it?
Yeah. So this happened some time ago, but I mean, to me, if they're going to prosecute Bill Cosby for something that happened 30 years ago, then they need to be
Uh,
prosecuting him for something that happened 30 years ago.
yes. And did you see how adamant Hillary Clinton was? She said, if you ask me any more freaking questions, I'm not going to answer.
Hillary said, "Y'all brought me here knowing I never met that man, but you want me to come here anyway because you think you're going to get some type of headlines, you think you're going to get some type of trap, and
Yeah.
everybody knows the Clintons are the worst ones to be messing with like that because they sharp and they've been making fools out of the Republicans since day one." And they just did it again by volunteering to come testify. So they like, we testify, they Trump testify. Ask us whatever you
Yeah.
want. Let's see if
Yes,
Trump
yes.
do the same thing. Under oath. Question them
Yep.
under oath. Under penalty of law.
Uh-huh.
And they did it. But,
Yep.
they, but your boy did. We got Black Eye in the studio. We're going to bring Black Eye in.
Okay. Greetings, Black Eye.
Greetings, Rastafari.
Bless. So, our topic of conversation this evening, we are thinking the fact that we are at war, and somehow the retaliation of Iran, it was quite unexpected by a portion of people, namely Netanyahu and
Hold on, hold on,
America.
hold on, hold on. You said we?
Oh,
I didn't start the war, brother.
oh, Charlie, my little brother is putting me in check. Charlie, my
We didn't
little
start
brother
the
is putting
war.
me in check.
I don't know what we you talking about.
Yeah, I don't speak French.
Charlie, he said he's not a Frenchman.
right?
Um, Black Eye, Black Eye, I heard some people are in war with Iran.
Yes, more better.
We wanted to weigh in on that one. But it's not us because they are not like us. My little brother put me in check. So weigh in on that one now, Black Eye.
Yeah, well, these people, them have to do for them thing because them have them agenda set where basically all right, put it like this. I'm gonna make it simple, right? The whole world was Africa. The whole entire planet was Africa. You know, what is called Africa was Ethiopia, right? And over
Right.
thousands of years of war and war and war and war. That's how we get, I'm saying, the whole dividation of Africa and all these different islands and different places with different name. When they came over to America, the whole same thing. Africa, and I'm saying, was the name of America originally. And I'm saying Mexico is a part of America, is one land. And through war and frustration and people this, killing off each other, annihilation for this nation and that nation. That's how you get a different country from Mexico, South America, and I'm saying, yeah, so as these people fight war every 500 years, 100 years, because they want more territory.
Definitely. So what we are seeing is a case where the West somehow misunderstood the power of Iran. And as I mentioned just before you came, that land is Persia, which is an ancient land, and they have been here hundreds and hundreds of years before America came into being. This is the lands that the ancient books speak about. So we know it's a certain type of people that have entered into this war with the West. So this is what we weighed in for this evening, and we know that it has not started dropping out of the skies as yet. The unpleasantries, because they might hit England first before they reach across here, just to
Well,
strategically place
no,
certain
I
things.
want to tell you. I have to say, one credit I give to the Iran, them people, they are very respectful about life. They are not like America. When America will just bomb anything, these people, they can bomb us a long time ago, but they choose not to because they don't want to kill black American. They don't want to kill their own citizens. They don't want to kill innocent people. These people are more conscious about life than other people. Some people will bomb people and don't care about innocent children and women and children and innocent people, while there's others people that think about that. Those people rather bomb some army base and keep it in the war. They don't want to kill no innocent people.
Right. That's true. They're more mindful of life because they have gone along different types. So war, they have some integrity about them as to what they're gonna do, because women and children used to be safe when in a time of war, but we have entered into a phase where we see that the Israeli had taken on a school of young children somewhere under 8 years, or some kindergarten type school with over 100 and something children. So that was quite unfortunate. Although it has been said, all is fair in love and war. But still, we look at the integrity of man as to some things. How could you do it, or what do you weigh out as being right or wrong? So we look at this evening in terms of the place that we presently reside is having a bit of instability. So we are here, and we know that as the days go by, it's going to draw closer to us, because nobody's going to be sitting down taking somebody beat them up without retaliation. So I don't know what we can do since we are here, but the Almighty will look over His children, but we will be wise in terms of keeping, diligent, keeping our food stock, at least having some kind of food stock stuck up, and of course water. I was saying this a long time ago, but somehow it's upon us at the moment. So this is something that's happening, and we are going to have to face it whether we like it or not, because it's coming to a town near us. So we are seeing this activity. What else has happened in the news? I know that there was so much happening that we should reflect upon. Anybody on the ground would like to give us some more insight about what's happening as far as what we should be concerned about?
Well, I would say the war in the Middle East will remain as the war in the Middle East as it always is. As in, there is a lot of people from the Middle East that's over here that have stores and businesses, right?
Right.
These people, They run their gas station, they run their business, they run their deli, and they send back the money back to the Middle East. So the Middle East people them are smart enough to know that, listen, we're not gonna hurt Americans, knowing that we are gonna hurt our own people and hurt our economical system.
which is
So
very
they don't,
wise in terms of strategy
yeah,
for war.
yeah, they're not gonna cut off their money supply by hurting Americans.
But that makes a lot of sense if you look at it from that financial aspect. So we're gonna watch and pray and see what's really going down, what's really gonna happen. As you know, we set off into a hot 2026, the year of the horse, and it's running real fast as to what is really happening. So we are seeing also a case where gas prices have risen. So we don't know how much we will be affected financially by these events that have taken place around now. So this is what where we are presently as far as summer is approaching, and there are things that would be quite different as far as availability of products if it continues as far as imported products, sometimes probably medicine, depending on how long this takes, for us to get over it. So what can we do? What can we say? We are here and we have to continue our work because we are the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. This is our Women's Auxiliary Local 26. We bring you information that is normally placed under the rug. We examine things here, or we simply put it right back under the rug. It is not our business to carry on with. We do have the business of the Federation to carry on with, however, because in July we are having an important event of the convention, international convention, by which we are hosting our international elected body of executive officers. So we are 26, we're looking forward to doing this. So we know also we have a concert coming, Local 26 musical unit. I know two of the musicians are on tonight with us. We salute Peter Shiloh and Black Eye. They worked very hard in the musical unit to put on a show last year. And we're going to have an anniversary show this year. So we are going to put our flyers out, our information out early. We want to also link with other locals, like, for instance, Local 49, Local 12. So we're going to keep this information on the Sunday show to keep our audience alive and well and knowing, informed what's happening for our summer program in our anniversary concert as it draws closer in July. Also, to know that the musical unit is having a talent search, which will take place in April. They are going to use this platform of the Woman Auxiliary so that they can do a few auditions. So I know that Peter Shiloh is going to give us a little more information as we go along as the date of this event. Also, I would like to know that, we seem to be doing advertisements as well, that there is a restaurant, Quick Cook, and White Plains Road, serving great Jamaican food and West Indian items, and they're open from 8 o'clock like 1 a.m., and they do wonderful as well. So if you're in the Bronx area, if you take this train to the last stop, you would find this lovely restaurant. So this is just for our advertising purposes, and we look forward to anybody who have a product that wishes to advertise on this show. They can do so for a very small cost. We're doing that. We're stepping up with our advertisement. And to note also that, Black Eye, who's on our show right now, he's our public relation officer for our local 26. So he's out there with the stars, with various times. So, local 26 is doing a lot as we go along. And of course, as I said, that Peter Shiloh is going to be in charge of the talent search, which is going to take place in April. We would help. We are looking forward, to getting that done. And of course, the auditions will be on this platform. on Sundays, from 7 to 9 p.m. But if we have to extend the time, we surely will. And of course, a thankful note to our engineer Charlie, who is always with us on Sundays as we move along with various things. So, Charlie, we had a late start. I am a little far away, and I didn't have our panel pull up as well. So I don't know if our musicians want to say anything. The floor is open to our musicians. If you want to give us a song, you always entertain us if you have anything for us. So I will leave that to Peter Shiloh at this time before we close.
Yes, greetings and blessings. Am I being heard? Because I was stolen
Yes,
away.
loud and clear. You can be heard.
Okay, yes. Pertaining to the talent search, definitely. We think that this is a very good move for the locals. Not for us alone, but for all the locals to unite and try to do the same thing because this will increase our numbers and this will increase the youths. We need youths, the organization. So you know, music is life, health, and peace, and most young people are connected to music, and most young people has a talent, but most of them are shy. So I was shy at first, but then when I get into it, I wasn't shy anymore. But we the music group will come together and we will decide a date. But definitely, this platform is going to be the gateway. So I urge the rest of the local to try unite and do the same thing too to increase our numbers because we need to increase our numbers. It's like majority of the members are, I would say, golden. So we need some youth amongst us to keep the vibration and keep the thing going forward, progressively self-reliant while creation. But we will be having a meeting soon, Black Eye and Rasputin, and definitely we will let the public and let the rest of the local know what's going on. But definitely right now, we're in the motion, getting things together. Respect, of love, and respect. Just maybe I would just wanna do a one song if it's feasible. Yes. Um, when I made a song, I made a song about man before time, and the reason why I made this song is because my dad wasn't around, and I had to be the man for him, take care of the kids, pay the rents, and, look after my mommy. So I made a song named "Man Before Time." But when I met my dad at the age of 17, he was telling me about, oh, my brother Paul had locks and become a Rasta. So I was in the motion of getting locks up and, oh, when you hear like that, I'm not gonna be responsible for you. I said, oh, back up, dad, back up, dad. I am a man already, so I'm gonna give you this song. When I tell dad, I said, dad, man before time, may become man before time come. Daddy run off and left my mother behind. With three picking the yummy on the inside. When all the mountains and the hills some struggle my mother climb. Them kind of thing they bring tears to me eyes. You see breakfast, lunch, dinner upon time. Good clothes, shoes, pamphlet, looking well fine. Good education put me on the front line. So when me reach at the age about 10 to 9, me get up every day with my mother on my mind. And me say any way out, it may have to find. So me pray and listen to the voice of the Most High. You know the man said to me now? Buy some books and a ball of line. And I meet me by the beach where everything will be fine. Say that me reach down on the shore to the east coast me line. Me catch a fish a walla color pan glass and size. Weeping mothers the moon a go cry. We have enough bread we eat and enough fish we fry. And a whole pan natural juice will make you feel so fine. One catch me lyrics, you have to rewind. Yes, man, before time, turn man before time, car. That you run up and leave my mother behind. With three picking the yummy on the inside. Yes, man, before time, become man before time, car. That you run up and leave my mother behind. Three picking the yummy on the inside. When all the mountains and the hills and me struggle, my mother climb. Them kind of thing they bring tears to my eyes. We see breakfast, lunch, dinner upon time. Good clothes, shoes, pan photo looking well fine. Good education put me on the front line. So when me reach at the age about 10 to 9, get up every day with me mother on me mind. Me say any feel out, it me up to find. So me pray and listen to the voice of the most. I hear the man say to me, no, buy some books and a ball of line. And I meet me by the beach where everything will be fine. So that me reach down on the shore to the east coast me line. Me catch a fish of all the color man and class and size. Weeping mothers no more now go cry. We have no bread we eat and a wolf of fish we fry. And a wolf of natural juice we make we feel so fine. So one catch me lyrics so up to we wine. Man before time, turn man before time. Yes, man before. Yeah. Man before time, turn man before time. God. Daddy run up and left me mother behind. But the tree pit in the yummy and the inside. Yeah, daddy run away with the next woman when my mother was pregnant. Just put it in a song and say, you want daddy. Be a big man already, because I'm a parent for my mother. And take care of a little younger one them. So but with it, but if me lax, if me knock you up now, him now, he say, but you never did response here with the first. Now I'm there. So, I think
That's
that
yeah.
song is a very good song, and anywhere I go, that song really, it. You understand? Yes, Black Eye, big up yourself,
Yes, sir.
and all who on board, all the locals. You
Rasta.
see it, the host, big up
Good story.
yourself.
Good story share, you know?
Yes, I, we will get it done, get it done, man. United we stand, divided we fall. You see it? Mm.
Mm.
That way I say, Mm. Yeah, man. Man before time, you see it? Yeah, man. A lot of youth becomes man before time. Lot of youths. Yeah. Grow up on the rough side of the town, not the mountain. Rough side of the ghetto. Yeah. Let's have a grow up on the rough side of the ghetto. Some people are talk about them go up on the rough side of town, but oh,
Such is life, you know? Yes, Rasta.
Black Eye, do you want to give us a rendition or you want to?
Oh, I wasn't hearing you.
I know I was on mute. I want to
Okay, yeah,
thank.
I just hear you now.
Yes, yes, yes. So I want to say, if Black Eye want to give us a rendition or something for the evening.
Always, man. Always, you know? Always. Right. So much song, more time. Hard to choose which one, but you know, we also choose one from out of the catalog, you know?
I like your boy. Do it for me. Yes, Sunday. So like I say, cross the life is for the people. Sorry for the party. Other than that, you're on the other. Alright? Yes, so it's our Sadie Sunday show. She's your Sunday show. And she's the woman auxiliary coming to you live and live. And we round up our Sunday evening. Okay, bless Charlie. Take us out with our sound.